Hi there, welcome back, and as per your request, we're going to be making this rooster wall hanging. On a 12-inch wooden dowel, we're going to attach all 22 cords using the lark's head knot. To make a lark's head knot, fold your cord in half, and then with the loop end, you want to place that behind your wooden dowel, and then with the long tail ends, you want to thread that through the loop. Cinch up the slack, and then attach the rest of them just the same way. For my working cords, I'm going to be using yarn. I find yarn is a lot more inexpensive and you can find a whole plethora of colors. Also, for such a large vertical double half hitch project, I find creating a key is really helpful. As you can see, a lot of the colors are fairly similar. Okay, so with that being said, let's tie our first knot. Because the first several knots are the same color, what I like to do is flip up right when the color changes, just so that I don't get overzealous and continue on with my vertical double half hitch knots. Anywho, grabbing a long strand of yarn, place it behind the first strand of white cord with your short tail on the left and the long on your right. Make a loop on your right, wrap your long tail in around and through that loop. Then you want to repeat one more time, make a loop on your right, wrap your long tail in around and through the loop. And that is how you tie a vertical double half hitch knot. Slide it up to the top and then we're going to continue on. Now the first knot always looks a little bit different, so I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate the second. So with the same strand of yarn, you want to place that behind your next strand of white cord and then make your loop on your right, wrap your tail in around and through the loop and repeat. This macrame rooster wall hanging is a part of my Your Request series, so if you happen to have a pattern request, feel free to leave it in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. Okay, so now we're at the point where we need to switch to a different color. Lie your previous color down flat and then grab your second strand, and then you want to place it right behind the next strand of white cord, and we're going to attach it just like we did at the very start of this project. Also, please note, if you ever run out of length of yarn, this is the exact same way we're going to attach a new piece. And this is also the main reason why I don't give out specific measurements for my working cord, because it really doesn't matter, we're always going to be attaching a new piece. Okay, so now we reach the point where we need to switch back to our previous blue yarn. So just like before, you want to grab your yarn that you were just working with and lie it down flat. And then pick up your previous blue yarn that you need to switch back to. And what we're going to do is we're going to run it behind our white cord. So just lift up your white cord, and as you can see, we're just going to place it on top of our previous two blue cords and then behind our white cord. And then what you want to do next is continue on tying your vertical double half hitch knots just as we were before. If you happen to be enjoying this tutorial so far, please do me a favor and hit that like button. I truly appreciate it. Now let's carry on and finish this row of vertical double half hitch knots. Alrighty, we worked our way all the way across. Now it's time to go back in the opposite direction. Working with the same strand of yarn as you were in the previous row, you want to take it and bring it over to the left hand side. Make a loop on your left, wrap your tail in around and through the loop and repeat one more time. So it's the exact same thing as we were doing before, but in reverse. Because of the sheer volume of vertical double half hitch knots and the fact that there's several different colors, this project is a little bit more advanced. So I recommend doing a smaller project first before attempting this one. However, it still is a fairly beginner-friendly project. Now that we worked all the way down to the very bottom, we're going to flip over our work and we're going to clean up the mess on the back. Taking any two strands of yarn that are close together, what we're going to do is tie a double overhand knot, and then we're going to snip off the excess yarn. And don't worry, this part does not take nearly as long as tying all those vertical double half hitch knots. Now to finish off your wall hanging, you can leave it at that. However, there is a more professional way to do it. This video on the screen now shows you exactly how to professionally finish off the back as well as how to sign it. By finishing off your wall hanging like that, it gives so much more value to it. So click on the link on the screen now and I'll see you over there.